Alright, so hello everyone and welcome back to Contradiction. It's the last hour before we end the game, so hopefully in today's episode we finish the game and it will be sixth episode? In the previous episode we have found out about, let me see, Atlas Mirror Room. We also found out about morphine, found out about Kate and Simon's sort of like a competition. What else? There weren't that many things happening in the previous episode, but in the previous episode though. Let's start from the beginning. Oh, two boxes. You got like a package delivered or something. Let's start from here. Here is nothing. We can't talk to him about the package that we've seen. Let's see if something changed here. I'll be going to every single place this game offers. Just in case there will be something new. Yeah.
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Poppy pods. A box of poppy pods was found in the greenhouse of the farm. Delivered by an unknown man.
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
It's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that?
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
Just can you not talk to me about these kind of things? Poppy pods used for decoration, right? Selling the pods to pensioners. Never extracted opium from the pods. Pods from a friend who didn't want them. Ooh, do I have to go through every single thing so we find a contradiction? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how we can find a contradiction here. James is very sus, but for some reason he doesn't seem that sus anymore. Because there are other people that are. This is gonna be very difficult. Okay, let's say there are no contradictions for James at the moment, which I doubt. But, yeah.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Atlas Mirror Room.
Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
And not in theory.
So how's the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
Nobody allowed to know the combination code. Mirror room used for meditation. Sitting room and mirror room used on the course. Poppy pods.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pods?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Never seen anyone selling or buying poppy pods. I'm sure there is a contradiction here as well. For example, like nobody allowed to know the combination code, even though maybe I can find something.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Claims all the students enjoyed the stunt, even though Emma didn't. Nothing new here, okay. Let's go to Rebecca's pod. Let's check for this place, nothing. I wonder how it's gonna unravel.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Mirror room.
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
She doesn't know about this, no. Doesn't know anything about the mirror room. Suggests asking Ryan.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Why did you smile like that then?
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
We'll get this done. It just doesn't work right now. We will solve this case. I'm sure.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
So late. Poppy pod.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Doesn't know anything about poppy pods.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Simon, I'm sure you do know something.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
But I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
What? But how can you be allergic to it?
Aha.
It's a lie.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
Just talk.
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
Wow.
What do you mean test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the...
Victim.
Well, it's not like that.
Victim.
It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear. Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Simon told Jenks about prime candidates.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, does she know anything about
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
I don't think he has any morals. Those about prime candidates. Didn't think Simon was prime candidate. Believes morals are incompatible.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Now let's have a walk through the forest. Hopefully we're not gonna get murdered.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
They're weird as hell.
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan. Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
This is for the car, I'm guessing. This is for the car.
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
Okay, car key fob. Let's go talk to Ryan, but not about this, I'm guessing. Can go up the stairs. Try the door on the right.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Okay, box of poppy pods.
Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods? Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those.
Yes, you can.
Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Knows opium can be extracted from poppy pods. Never seen anyone selling or buying them.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector? Prime candidates are simply the best students, the ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple deal.
And how do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
What does that mean? Simon had... Why? Why? Best students become prime candidates. Prime candidates get a very good job. Students aren't tested. Never asked Simon to test Kate. Simon had been trying to undermine Kate. I wonder why.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
They have a quarrel or something. Does it have to do anything with Emma? Oh, the card.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Let's start with this first.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Prime candidates are the best students. Prime candidates given a well-paid job. Atlas receives kickback payment.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'll make sure. Okay, wait. No, wait. Here. Wasn't a little too loud. Oh, we'll find a dead body. I hope not.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
It's a check of 500. Which money currency do they have? Pounds? £500 intended for Kate. An envelope. Check. Okay, yeah, that's what I said. Let's call a sheep.
Jenks, tell me what you know first, but this time I've got something to tell you.
Really?
No?
Well, what I found out is that Simon was asked by Ryan to test Kate to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate.
Prime what?
Prime candidate. It's the best of the bunch. The best Atlas student. The prime candidate gets an instant job on a fantastic salary as soon as they leave the course.
And how do they work out who's the best of the bunch?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Well, that's very interesting. I'll tell you what I know, shall I? That name they used to trade under, Third Eye.
Yeah.
Turns out they were investigated 3 years ago over an allegation of physical abuse. Torture, Jenks. Witness had puncture marks through both her hands.
And Atlas weren't charged?
There was nothing to charge them with. The witness inflicted the wounds herself. Witness said it was something called threshold testing, whatever that means. Go figure, as they say in America.
Can I ask the Rands about this?
Well, there's no point. They won't tell you anything, and it'll just put them on the defensive. Just keep chipping away at them. Try and find out what this testing involves. That's the best thing. Get something on them, and you'll be in a better position.
Right. Thank you, Chief.
Nearly there, Jenks.
Nearly there. Okay.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Knows Ryan was interested in blondes.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
That's my nose. Rebecca. Ooh, I think she's pissed right now. Either she doesn't
A few
know,
more questions, please.
or she knows and she's gonna lie about it. Best not ask Rebecca about the money for Kate.
Thank you.
Really?
Probably be back later.
I thought I'm gonna break their relationship just now. That's sad. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see Emma. I'm sure Emma
Ask you a couple more things,
know
please.
about She wouldn't?
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Why wouldn't she? They were friends or something. Simon probably wouldn't know as well.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
That's interesting. Okay. I'm scared to walk around this place.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
And why is he still at work at this time?
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Money meant as a little incentive for Kate. I had heard Kate wanted to leave Atlas. No ulterior reason for giving Kate the money. Oh God. Oh my God.
Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
This is a cult.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
Where can I find? Here?
Aha. Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate?
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference! If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
Oh God, what's happening? What is happening? I'm scared. I'm scared of him, literally. Should we call and tell him, like, we need help? Please. I'm saying that it's him. I'm saying that it's Ryan and his father. I don't think Simon has anything to do with this. In my opinion. Please. We need help. Why is the music so scary? Wow. How is James involved?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
How are you involved? You are involved.
Okay, that's it for now.
somehow.
Thank you.
How? He has to be involved. How?
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
They're trying to, like, put it on him. Why? Kate was being tested for prime candidate. Leaders don't get involved in testing students. Don't use threshold testing, which is a lie. Students not encouraged to hurt each other.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
What will Rebecca tell me about this?
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
What happened?
No.
Thank you. Probably be back
Either
later.
she doesn't know, or she's pretending to not know. But I think she doesn't really know. I think he was covering this. Her husband, I mean. Okay, to Simon we go then. Simon and Emma. I'm scared for some reason. I'm so scared. This game is insane.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, you know, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about this.
Didn't know about Kate's prime candidate status. Thinks Kate would be chosen. Kate didn't discuss the Atlas course.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Simon. I'm scared.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest.
Flaky?
It's just not really prime candidate material.
How is James involved? Yeah,
Just a few more
right?
questions, if you don't mind. Aha. You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics. Push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're going to have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
You need to call someone.
I'll see myself out. Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it.
I give up.
Tonight.
They want to kill me. No, please.
Kyle.
Kyle. Please, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Are we not gonna call? We can call our boss. I don't think we can fight Ryan or Kyle or anybody else. Like, this would be the best opportunity to call him and say, like, please, I need help. I need backup. God. Okay, alright, let's just follow his advice. Straight to Atlas we go. We can, like, go and talk to people. I'm sure, like, I need help. Like, please. I need help. That's the guy.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting. So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Wow.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
any more likely than you, Ryan? Pig! I know. Police brutality. It's all right. Are you okay?
Where's she going? Where did she go?
You save someone from being sacrificed, and that's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along. But what's Simon going to say about Ryan's accusation?
They almost killed a girl, and they're like, oh well, but we didn't kill those people. Like, how does that, like, how do you expect me to believe, like, how do you expect me to believe you? How? Do you think I'm, what?
Ask about a few more things, please. Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate?
No, definitely not.
Thank you. Probably be back later. What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
What? Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving licence, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving licence, please. See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something. See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person that's tape like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving licence got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else. Then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving licence to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Where is he going? He's definitely not going to get the painkillers. He left. He should have knocked for Emma. Oi, oi. What's happening?
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
No, wait. I need to calm down as well. I need some painkillers as well. Where did he go? This is a trap, isn't it? I think it's a trap.
I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
It's a trap. Oh, we went to the... Where did he go? I'm so confused right now. Is he here? Please don't tell me he's gonna do something. What's happening? I agree. Because in the first episode, if you remember,
Couple more questions, if that's
I
okay?
have noticed the same pattern that was like taped over the window.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
No, but that's a lie. That's a lie. Why are you lying? Why is everyone lying? Why is everyone lying?
Aha. You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving licence, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What will come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca! Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know?
Yeah.
Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving licence thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, said someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
But she slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
It was Emma.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who? Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places, politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're going to have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Wait. Wait. Did I catch the wrong person? But we didn't find... Where the hell did Simon go? And how... Where did Simon go? And why didn't we find him? I didn't think we were gonna catch a killer now. Wait. Does this game have many endings? It just says he runs off and disappears. I'm guessing this like the ending of the game is made so you can like think of like the better ending for yourself, or they were planning to make Contradiction 2, but it's 2015. How many years is it? 5, 6, 9 years. 9 years? There was an independent game made by a tiny budget. If you liked it, please leave a review of the game and make yourself heard. We hope you enjoyed playing Contradiction. I have. Oh, the game is great, but I'm not really sure about the end. I'm so confused. I thought it's gonna be shown differently. And now when I think about it, I don't think the ending was very good. I understand why it was made like that, so like I have so many questions unanswered. Yeah, like I really thought that it's Ryan and Paul. Yeah, what did happen with Liam? Like we didn't figure it out. And where did where did Simon go? He just disappeared. And how is James connected? How is this whole like opium thing? Like so many questions unanswered. I don't think it should be like this. I think when you finish the game, all the answers, like it should be like this with anything. When you finish a movie, all of the questions you had throughout the movie disappear. The same with like series, games, anything pretty much. But here it's like I didn't understand. Like I didn't suspect Rebecca one bit. I knew she was covering for Ryan most likely. And the fact that they wanted to get rid of me, the inspector, I mean, the fact that Simon just ran off. And, like, they literally tried to, like, sacrifice a girl. And, like, they just don't get arrested. I'm sure they were supposed to make Contradiction 2. I'm sure. But maybe something went wrong. The game is overall, it's very good. Yeah, no, I really like the whole idea of, like, a movie game. That was so cool. So I do recommend, but I'm a little confused with the ending. I'm sure they could have done better, or it was planned to, they planned to release Contradiction 2 to answer people's questions, like maybe like a game about Liam's investigation, or let's say there will be another death. Yeah, I'm really interested about like what happened with Liam. That's so interesting because like, did they kill him? Or was it somebody else again? Somebody we didn't expect at all. I didn't suspect Rebecca at all. But the fact is that I mentioned the tape in the episode 1 says a lot about my brain power. Anyway, thank you for everyone who watched until the very, very end of our adventures in Contradiction. If you want to see more games like this, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It was all for today. Thank you for everyone who watched until the very, very end of this video, and I hope we'll see each other next one. So, thank you for watching, and bye!